After nearly a decade, Dead Space is finally back and fully remade from the ground up. With the return of Dead Space comes the return of logs, in fact even more of them than ever. These additional bits of dialogue will once again take the form of video, audio and text logs scattered throughout the Ishimura and beyond, with a few of the aforementioned being repurposed as newly introduced security phone and even holographic logs. Overall, there's a grand total of 188 to collect throughout all of the chapters, and although you only need 75 logs for the Storyteller achievement / trophy, and 150 for the Legend Teller achievement / trophy, there are a number of different achievements and trophies that are also linked to the logs found in the newly introduced side missions. They do shed a lot of light on the story, clear up many questions, include hilarious Easter eggs, and possibly even hint at future entries in the Dead Space series, so lore enthusiasts will certainly not want to miss out on any. Regardless of whether you just want to collect enough for the achievements, or go for 100%, I'll be listing each and every one, so feel free to follow along, or jump to the log that you need via the timestamps I've added in the description. Anyway, with all that information out of the way, let's get right to the log hunting. Right out of the gate, you'll find the brand new text log known as Background Request in Chapter 1 on the Kellion. In order to obtain it, you'll have to travel to the left side instead of exiting on the right, and from there you'll find it sitting on the ground in plain sight. This text log does what it says on the tin and contains a bit of background research in terms of Isaac's past and his parents. Also, heads up, I recommend pausing the video if you'd like to read the text log, because I'll mostly be focusing on the locations for this video. Sponsored article. This text log can be found in the flight lounge after Isaac's day-long slow walk from the Kellion. If you travel to the left instead of going through the normal doors, you'll find this underneath the Welcome Aboard sign, and again there's a few suitcases and cups scattered around. Basically you can't miss it if you keep travelling to the left. Send help. Now for your first audio log, you'll need to go to the hangar cargo tram control area as normal, and you'll find that this has been repurposed into a security phone. Now it may look a little different, but it's pretty much the same as any other audio log, so walk up to it and activate as normal.
It didn't die. We shot that fucker right between the eyes and it didn't die. Smith had to shoot its fucking arms and legs off. For God's sake, send help!
Stasis door. Now this is the first of a few very easily missable audio logs, so what you want to do is grab the stasis module, and once the animation's done, do not use it at the door, and instead wait a bit for this message to play.
Reading the door malfunction between you and the maintenance bay. Can you fix it?
No, but I found a stasis module. I'm faster than...
Stasis module request. Once you make your way to the tram repair room as shown, this audio log should be pretty straightforward to get. You'll need to enter the room, head to the right and just run straight forward, and once again, very hard to miss.
Message retrieved.
Benson to engineering. You got a stasis module handy? We need one in tram maintenance stat. The autoloader's fried. I got a damaged tram car on the tracks, and if the whole system's gridlocked, guess who they're calling?
Temple here, sending a stasis module now. What happened to the autoloader?
No idea. A lot of shit's been breaking down. I keep hearing things. Down in the gears where no one can be. You know?
I know.
Autoloader. Also in the tram repair room, you'll find the autoloader audio log. This one can also be pretty easily missed, so what you need to do is activate the claw a few times and make sure that you do not freeze it with stasis. Of course, Necromorph will come out to play, but if you successfully do that, this audio log will play.
Disengaged.
Any luck moving that train car?
Autoloader's busted. But stasis should do the trick. Just gotta time it.
Great. But hurry. Okay? Sound carries down.
Repair invoice. This one can be found on the second floor of the maintenance bay, and what you need to do is once you take the lift up, instead of activating the fuses, turn to the right, and before you reroute any of the power, you'll find the text log right there on the chair. Poker invitation. Once you reroute power to the maintenance bay office via the second floor fuses, you'll be able to find the text log at the back of the room by looking on the shelf. Also, I completely forgot to scroll down, so I put an image instead. Yeah, not one of my finest moments. And that'll round out all of the missable logs in Chapter 1. Patient Harris. The first missable log of Chapter 2 can be found in the medical consultation room. However, you'll need to replace the fuse and reroute the power to the doors in the imaging diagnostics room. Once you do that, you can travel back across the room, go through the door, and grab your earned audio log.
Patient log retrieved.
I hear the tests on patient Harris were inconclusive. Given the reports from the colony, he's lucky to have his faculties at all. Well, a divine experience would leave an impression in anyone's mind. Perhaps. But I saw nothing divine in all that blood. The suicides. But this is a revelation, Terrence. We just need more insight to translate it. You think this insight can be found in Mr. Harris's psyche? I'm positive. And with Captain Matthias barring any visits to Aegis 7, this fellow may be our best chance. Harris is Dr. Brennan's patient. And your methods? Look, Mercer, things are complicated enough already. I can't sign off on this. You'll do what's best, of course, but how long can we afford to wait?
Calculated risks. In order to grab your next log, you'll need to travel to the observation room, which is on the 5th floor of the imaging diagnostics room that you were previously in. Pretty straightforward. Travel exactly to where you see in the map, turn to the right in this room, and you can grab your next text log. Marker discovery can be found in Dr. T. Kine's office, and that's on floor 1. Now, once you enter the room, you'll see quite a few things about, but of course we want to focus on those logs. So ignore the super secret hidden bookcase room and grab the text log on one of his side desks. Anonymized transcript. After leaving Dr. Kine's office and returning to the main lab, you'll want to go to Dr. N. Brennan's office, which is right across from where it is. After going into the room, you want to turn to the right, take a look over to the bookshelf, and grab your next text log. Nicole's log. Also in Dr. N. Brennan's office, you'll want to walk a whole 2 steps to get to her main desk, and from there you can find your next audio log.
Personal log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. With medication and zero-G therapy, patient Harris is showing improvement. If this continues, there might be hope for the others on Aegis 7. However, Dr. Mercer continues to interfere. He claims Harris's delusions are religiously significant. If I have to make a complaint, I will. I'm not losing my patient over unitology bullshit. Not again.
Tracking rig signal. Dr. Nicole Brennan.
They defy death itself. You'll want to return to the main lab again after leaving Nicole's office, and instead you'll want to run around the back area behind Dr. Kine's lab. This will bring you to the toilet area, so be sure to grab the audio log in the stall and wash your hands while you're at it.
Surgical log. Dr. Jarvis Mercer. Copy to my secure terminal. I convinced Jurgens to show me the video feed from the colony. It's remarkable to finally see what I've sought all my life. The miners, this transformation, the divide death itself. Kine is erring on the side of caution. His faith has been shaken by these necromorphs, as he calls them. How strange, when my own faith has been so richly rewarded. With or without Kine, I must study one of these creatures. Or the next best thing. Brennan's patient, for example.
Vital personnel. This one can be found in the Biological Prosthetics Center, and while you may not be able to save the scientist, you can do the next best thing and save that text log instead. Be warned, there will be a few babies lurking about, but be sure to take them out, and then you can quickly grab your log. Patient observations. Once you reach the emergency room, keep running straight ahead until you reach the bed on the far side. From there, you can grab your text log, and that will be yours. Nicole's study. Now, in addition to the chapter logs, there are also the side mission logs, which will be stored in a separate menu. This one can be accessed by rerouting the power, also in the emergency room, from the circuit breakers to the shower. And from there, you should be able to enter the room and grab the next log.
Medical log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. So much for being paranoid. I repurposed this room to run counseling sessions without unitologists interfering. Now it's the only place I feel safe. I recovered a limb after yesterday's attack. Genetically, it's human tissue with bizarre mutations. But it's just a sample. It's not enough to figure out a cure. I need... Wait, where's that report from engineering? Here. The engineers pulled something out of machinery. Limbs missing, torso intact. Okay. Time for a real autopsy.
Rats in the Walls is the next audio log that you'll find in the ER Hallway B. Keep running ahead, and this will be hard to miss. This will be in the form of a security log. So, activate it as normal, and replay it if you're being rudely disturbed, and it should be fine.
I woke in the dark with them scratching in the walls. Scratching like rats. And you will lock me in with them. Fuckers. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out.
Colony's problems can also be found in Hallway B. What you'll need to do is run right to the end of the long corridor. Just be careful because you will be ambushed by several necromorphs, so take them out, run to the end, and grab your next audio log.
Mercer, it's Terrence Kine. You were in surgery, so I left this with Warwick. He'll be discreet. I just got the latest report from Aegis 7. The situation's worse than Captain Matthias will admit. 40% of the colony's population is now showing symptoms. Depression, hallucinations, more violence. People are dying down there. I know it's linked to the marker somehow, but I just don't have enough data. Mercer, maybe I was wrong. We need answers by any means possible. That patient, Brent Harris, might be our last hope.
Autopsy report. After taking the lift down to the morgue, go to the further end of the room, not going into the actual room where the captain's body is, but if you take a right turn at all of the beds, you will find it sitting on the side. And with that, Chapter 2 will be all wrapped up. Returning to the main hangar bay in the flight deck, you won't need to travel too far to find this next text log. Longtime Dead Space fans will realise that the Peng treasure is nowhere to be found, and instead is replaced with this thieves text log instead. Growth. This text log can be found after your main hangar bay flight deck zero gravity trip, and this is actually outside of the main cargo bay storage room, so travel to the end of the corridor, grab it, and it will be yours to claim. Temple's Log 1. After reaching the engineering control room, the audio log will be quite simple to find. You need to run in, travel to the right, and it will be on one of the
Engineering
chairs.
log, Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple reporting. Christ, still can't believe the chief is gone. It's all fallen apart since the captain died. Everyone down here is on their last nerve. We thought the rioting was the worst of it, until those things came through the vents. Their faces. Fuck, those were my lunch buddies, Liz's friends, old boyfriends. And out of nowhere, the engines are screwed. Primary's laboring, we're hemorrhaging fuel. Fuck if I know why. I'm taking Danvers to the fuel depot to fix it. Gotta keep the team focused or they'll crack. Temple out.
His own teeth. This audio log can be found in the bathroom section, which is right next to the Ripper tool. Again, quite a disturbing audio log, so listen at your own risk.
Security request retrieved.
We need help down in engineering. Danvers, get those wires off. Henderson, your teeth. He's pulling his teeth out. Just hold it. Where the fuck is security? Oh God, he's dead. No, he's alive, but he hit that sink pretty hard. His own teeth. Jeez, what the hell is happening? I don't know. Cancel security request. Henderson needs the medical bay. And a shrink.
Temple's log 2. Temple's second log can be found at the refueling control stations section, where you take the gondola to the other side and fight the horde of necromorphs.
Last valve done, Chief. Progress report filed by Jacob Temple. The engine problems aren't a malfunction. Someone shut off the fuel lines to the primary engine and damaged the valves to hell and back. We just wasted an hour fixing them. Now we need to restart the south refueling station, but some jackass turned off the power and locked up the circuit breaker. No engines? We're gonna hit planetfall soon. What now? There's gotta be someone around here how to spare access card. Go. Wait, you hear that? Danvers, go!
Chaos. The next text log can be found right next to the decontamination room, or instead of going into the room, you want to continue down the hallway, check the lockers, and it will be poking out ready for you to collect. Rig transcript. This next text log can be found in the hallway leading to the centrifuge chamber. This is another one that's placed directly in the line of where you need to go, so you shouldn't have much trouble finding this one. Temple's log 3. After grabbing the flamethrower and shimmying your way through the living hallway, you want to make your way to the 5th floor storage room. Again, the other storage room on the right isn't accessible yet, but if you go to the left, you can grab Jacob's third log.
Engineering log. My last log. Temple reporting. I can't raise anyone on Remake. I think my team is gone. I found the kinesis module that someone used to bust the centrifuge. Burned out. Who would sabotage the Ishimura at a time like this? I'll report to the bridge, if anyone's left. And then I'm finding Elizabeth and getting us the hell off this ship.
And with that, Chapter 3 is complete, although we will be returning here later. Bridge attack. Starting off Chapter 4, you want to make your way to the main atrium, and once the hull breach has been sealed, you can make your way over to this midsection on the right, and from there, you can grab your next audio log.
Security request retrieved.
Security, come in! We've been boarded! I repeat, the ship has been boarded! We are under attack! They killed most of the deck staff! Where the hell is Steve Vincent? We need security back up now! Guns are useless, What in God's name is that?
Eckhart's clearance and more time. Both of these two text logs are pretty much next to each other, so I might as well just cover them at the same time. But once you reach the captain's nest, you'll find the first one on the right, and of course the second one will be within viewing distance, so just travel a bit more to the left and it will be yours to claim.
Here. All I can tell is the EDS power routing is shut.
Well, the administration systems aren't doing much. You can redirect power.
Shoot it in the back. Now this is another audio log that is very easily missed, and it's kind of a one-time only thing. So what you'll need to do is first continue on as normal once you get to this clearance door, and instead of attacking the group that comes out, you'll want to instead run away from it. Whatever you do not attack it. Just maybe play a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie. But after a little bit of time, Hammond will contact you, unlocking the next audio log.
Isaac, I can see it on the monitor. There's a gap in his armor. Shoot it in the back.
Captain's Fate. Now this is going to be your very first missable video log, so what you'll need to do is continue on to the security room, check the corner, next to the workbench, and it will be yours.
It's on the record, Doctor. This is Remake.
church, whatever the cost. God's sakes, Ben, listen to yourself. Nation is in crisis, you cut us off. By Maritime Law Article 5469, I, Dr. Terrence Kine, hereby declare Captain Benjamin Matthias unfit for duty. Hold on. Ben, you're not yourself. Let me help you. Traitors, get your hands off me! This is my ship! Oh my God, he's... You... Ben... You saw I was trying to help him. Doctor, you just killed the captain. We have to take you in. I can't. The others from the church get a hold of me. Stop!
Tracking infection. This one can be found in the admin server maintenance room, but first you'll need to go to the right, head over to the main fuses room, shoot the fuse or whack it like no tomorrow to save some ammo, and then make your way back. You'll notice that the door's been unlocked, and from there you can just run straight ahead onto the desk, and then the next text log will be yours to claim.
Clearance confirmed.
Mining admin rerouted. Now this one might seem like a normal objective one, you follow the marker, you reroute the power and so on, but you can actually miss it if you do it last, so I'll get back to that in New Game Plus, and yeah, just continue as normal.
Just got an update. Power diverted from Mining Administration Network. That's one. Still need more power. A couple more systems should do it.
Unitology article, found in the bridge break room. Now the break room itself is probably the room that has the most secrets in the game, but we will be back here a little later for some of those side log missions, so for now grab the text log at the back of the room and it will be good. Watch the outlets. Now this is another log that's very simple to obtain, you just have to follow the objective marker as usual, but much like the previous rerouted log, this can also be missed if you do these rerouting process in a different order, so reroute the power and you should get the next log.
Okay, I'm seeing a power reroute from the electrical system.
Just watch the outlets. The grid's unstable.
That's two. One more system and we'll have power for the ADS.
Looking for Elizabeth. After the shady figure who wants to make us whole again makes his getaway, make a sharp turn to the left after getting out of the lift, and the audio log will be there for you to claim on the ground.
Elizabeth, it's Jacob. I came to the bridge looking for you, but it is completely fucked. I'm not sticking around in case whatever did it comes back, and neither should you. It looks like the admin staff went to the mining deck to meet up with the other survivors. I'll head there too. If you aren't with them, I'll find a way to contact you. I promise.
Manual targeting? After making your way to water purification, you'll want to reroute the final bit of power from water purification to the ADS cannons, and from there, the log will play.
We got it. The ADS cannons are back online. Wait, auto-targeting offline. Calibration data not found. Fuck. No auto-targeting. The cannons are useless.
What about manual targeting?
You want to go out there with all that shit raining down and target the ADS cannons manually?
If I give the cannons enough targeting data, it'll recalibrate the system. You got a better idea?
Christ. I'll open exterior access. I hope you know what you're doing.
Hold on. This one can be found at the hallway before the ADS cannons and will be located in the form of a security phone log. Keep going forward, activate it, and it will play.
Officer Sheik, I need security here right now. No one's coming. White, for Christ's sake, step away from the controls. We need our first officer. Captain Matthias is dead. The captain is dead. Vincent's security team is dead. Who's left? Step away from the airlock. That's an order. Who's left, Sheik? A crew full of uni fanatics? Eckhart screwed us good, didn't he? If a BEC director could go that bad, maybe the whole company's rotten to the core. Just like Aegis 7. You think BEC won't send a rescue team for their precious planet cracker? Think what? We just need to hold on. Yes. You probably should.
Boy! Goddamn fool! Steal it! Do the airlock now!
Now at this point you should have one more log left over for chapter 4, however this can only be obtained during a New Game Plus playthrough, so we'll be back later, but for now, we're all good. Mercer's Volunteer. Imaging Diagnostics. Now, this one might seem like a bit of deja vu here, but it can be very easily missed just because it's in the same location as before. This will only appear on chapter 5 onwards, so go back in and be sure to pick it up.
There. I have to record these days. The old memory, you know. As I was saying, the new treatment I'm developing should be just the ticket. The trial is very promising. Trial? You'll be back at your post in a jiffy with CEC none the wiser. Unless you don't trust me.
No, of course I trust you. Let's, give it a shot.
Volunteer 9 is a young male testing my new tissue regeneration formula. I expect death within the hour, but the changes to the vascular system are very promising. One moment for the cleanup.
For the last time, get a trauma team in here. Yes, I called 3 times. My patient is crashing. Get off your smoke break and help me.
Dr. Kind's Dementia. Upon returning to the ER hallway A, you'll notice that another new log has appeared on the left side, so make sure you check over the beds and pick it up.
Surgical log. Dr. Jonas Mercer. It's a shame. When I began my research, Terrence Kind's insights into the marker were invaluable. Now he's been reduced to sending little missives like this one.
You butcher. I saw your hunter. I know who it used to be. That cellular regeneration? Good God, don't you see what you've done? I agree with Amelia. If this is unitology, I want no part of it.
My diagnosis. Poor Terrence is suffering from the same dementia reported on the Aegis 7 colony. Amelia, for example. The only Amelia has ever mentioned was his wife. And Amelia Kind died 7 years ago.
Sterile Instruments. After travelling back to the ER hallway B in chapter 5, you'll notice yet another audio log that wasn't present there previously back in chapter 2. Continue running all the way down the hall, turn to the left, and you'll pick up your next audio log.
Surgical log, Dr. Jonas Mercer, Tissue Regeneration Experiment 5. The children of the marker, Kind's necromorphs, have provided all the material I could ask for. And the infector variant has provided a key insight. Implanting the material directly to the brain renders optimal results. Of course, that requires puncturing the frontal bone just above the glabella.
Please, please, no.
Don't worry. It's been sterilized.
Mercer's Volunteer. At this point you can really tell Mercer doesn't care about where he leaves these logs lying around, but luckily, no problem for us because we are log collectors after all. Head to the end of the intensive care unit, look at the desk, and you will find another text log. Mercer's Journal. Making your way into Mercer's office, also known as Dr. C. Mercer 250, you'll find it lying on the desk. You can't miss it. And that will mark the completion of chapter 5. Do not worry, your next log is very close by. A tissue sample. This one can be collected very early at the start of chapter 6, as you all only need to walk a few steps over to the chamber where the hunter was frozen. Pick up your next side mission log, and of course complete the side mission.
Got something, Isaac?
It's, let's call it a tissue sample from Mercer's pet hunter.
Careful. Who knows what mad science went into that thing?
Maybe I could find out, figure out what Mercer's up to. If I'm fast, there has to be a DNA scanner close by.
Cross's log 1. After completing the side mission, be sure to follow your normal objective marker towards hydroponics, and on your way there you'll find another log in the tram station.
Hydroponics log, Dr. Elizabeth Cross. Now that sprinklers are fixed, we're working close to maximum capacity. All flora is thriving and food yield has created a surplus. I had the surplus packed up so we could send it to the colony. But Captain Matthias is strictly enforcing his no-fly order. It's ridiculous. I'm lodging a complaint. Everyone knows Aegis 7 needs help. What harm could some fresh fruit do?
The Leviathan. This one can be found in the hallway to food storage, but first, before you do that, you want to synthesize the enzyme in the central hub. Now again, not synthesizing it first can actually mess up this log, so be sure to do that first. After you finish that, then make your way towards the hallway to food storage as instructed before, and after reaching around halfway, you'll get a video message from Cross.
Go back! There's no way into food storage. Even if there was, the Leviathan would devour you.
You're Elizabeth Cross, right? This Leviathan, is that what's poisoning the air?
The air. My team, it's destroyed everything. I designed a special enzyme to kill it. I just needed liquid nitrogen to complete the synthesis. But the people I sent to medical never came back.
I've got some of that enzyme here.
Oh my god. How? Listen, we need to inject it into the Leviathan. You can't get into food storage, but there's another way. It's risky.
Riskier than running out of air?
My team has been altered. They're all connected to the Leviathan, breathing out its toxins. That connection goes both ways.
Okay. So if I get to your team and inject them...
The enzyme will be carried right into the Leviathan's heart. Bind the Weezers. End their suffering. And when the Leviathan is weak enough, we vent the bastard into space.
Cross's log 2. This log can be found in the far end of the West Grow chamber in the form of a security phone. Be sure to fight through the necromorphs first because they will ambush you the first time around, but once they're all cleared up, you'll be able to grab it as normal.
Security request retrieved.
Hello, security. This is Dr. Cross in hydroponics. Something just hit the hull near food storage. We think it's a rogue asteroid. I have people injured from decompression. We need medics and crowd control right away. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Everyone out of food storage! It's alive! How can it be alive?
Use the enzyme. After making your way to Security Room B, you'll find your first Weezer there. Now for this one, you'll need to channel your classic Dead Space instincts, and instead of injecting the Weezer, you'll first need to either shoot or give it the classic Isaac backhand. Doing this will trigger the hidden log message.
The system doesn't work. I tried. Getting close and try injecting the enzyme.
Corruption. This log will be found right at the top of the West Grow chamber on floor 4, and this can be found directly in Dr. E. Cross's office. Again, turn to the right, and you'll find your text log sitting on the desk. Cross's log 3. Heading to the opposite East Grow chamber, if you make your way up to floor 4, you'll find another log to the left at a dead end.
Liz Cross. Hydroponics. I need to record their names. Tanaka. Holly. Annabelle. Mark. So many. I don't know how much gas they took in. I just saw them change. That crack when the lungs burst out like flowers. Jacob. I love you. And I'm so scared because I how to kill the Leviathan. So I have to stay. Until it's paid for every
Technical manual.
single one
After
of
helping
us.
Isaac navigate through the fire and flames below, you'll be able to come across this annex control room. Head into the room and you'll be able to pick up your next text log. After defeating the Leviathan and reaching the end of the chapter, you'll notice that you have all but one log. Don't worry about this one. This is once again another New Game Plus exclusive log, so play as normal for now, and don't worry, we'll be back. Custom Lockdown. The first side mission log of Chapter 7 is one that's very easy to miss, so I definitely recommend heading to the Tools Storage Master Security Room door, and you'll need to do this before you get the Master Override. Try and open it, and your log will play.
There's something near you. A sealed room. Some kind of homebrewed security lockdown.
The miners locked up some nice gear. Too bad. I could have put it to work.
You still could, if we find the right rig codes.
The captain's rig won't get me in?
No, that lockdown's a custom job, but I can use the captain's codes to create an override framework. Didn't you find a senior officer's rig? A few more like that, and we're in business. Okay, framework's done. Find the rigs, download their codes into a bridge console, and it'll build you a master security override.
Ore Storage Report. After completing the previous chapter's side quests, starting with Nicole's study, you'll gain access to Ore Storage Room. From there, head to the left, move some of the kinesis boxes, and you'll find your security phone.
Security request retrieved.
Security, we got some freak called Harris stealing from ore storage.
Dr. Mercer sent me for Osmium to complete his work.
I don't care if God Almighty sent you. You skim from CEC's profit margin, we get screwed.
God?
So, you can put that osmium down, or I can break your arms first.
I worked with people like you on Aegis 7. They steal my power nodes. Leave me to dig with no light.
Hey! Get off me!
But when they abandon you in the dark, it's not empty. The marker whispered its revelations there. Now I understand them. Do you want to hear?
Warning. Untrained personnel may not use suit kiosk.
No! Stop! Please!
I said please when they shut me in. Screamed it too. I promise I won't laugh like they did.
Warning. Suit kiosk is obstructed. Serious injury may occur.
Oh, God! Help me!
Incident report filed to Bridge by Dr. Nicole Brennan. See related rig activity.
Miner's Log. Heading to the extraction area, next to the bench where the necromorph likes to greet its users, you'll find a text log lying around on the other bench. Mining progress. Your next log will be found in the mining control room, so as soon as you head in, keep going straight and you'll find one on the bench in front of you. Nicole and Dr. Kine. Upon completing the previous side missions in the last few chapters, the mining equipment supply storage room will open. You'll need to reroute the power to storage room 2, and from there you can go in, turn to the left, and retrieve your next log.
Log retrieved.
Record them. What difference does it make now?
Terrence, I know the marker is responsible for the outbreak. I need to understand how.
Signal. When it pulses, that signal can trigger alterations in genetic code. Neural structure, even. You've felt it, haven't you?
But how do I stop it?
Mercer must know. He's taken all his marker research up to his room on the crew deck and sealed... No.
Sealed it? Do you know how? Please, I need Mercer's data.
No, he'll kill you. I won't have more deaths on my conscience. Unitology was all I had after I lost Amelia. Look what it's come to.
Terrence, Listen, I mean, if it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far because you make me stick with it.
Well, just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You loved Amelia as much as I love Isaac, but if I can't cure this outbreak, I'll never see him again. Please, help me.
39277. You must get into Mercer's room. That code should still work.
Thank you. Here. These are safer with you.
Dr. Brennan. Nicole. The only thing Mercer ever feared was death. Now, I doubt he's afraid of anything.
Also in Equipment Supply Storage Room 2, you'll find Thank You Isaac, which is a cool nod to Dead Space 2.
Nicole?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Isaac. Look at the time difference. I'll call you back later.
It's okay. How you doing?
Good. You were right, Isaac. The Ishimura is a great ship. I'm so lucky to be serving aboard her.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts. You know they're going to decommission her next year.
Isaac, thank you.
For what?
For just pushing me to do this. I mean, if it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far because you make me stick with it.
Well, just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You know what? We must be getting in range of the relay. Isaac?
Nick? Nicole? Nicole? Hey, can you hear me? Hello, Dickie. Great.
Working discreetly. After picking up those previous side mission logs, you will unlock a new area in hydroponics known as the Diagnostic Lab. So backtrack there, and you'll be greeted with an audio log, in addition to an achievement known as Final Regeneration.
Don't mind the recording here. You lose language. It's so green here. There are worse places to work discreetly. They keep poisons here that would never be allowed near medical, and now you're invulnerable to all of them. Cellular regeneration. Will I kill you? I have options. The containment module, for example. Remember your last brain surgery? Stasis with consciousness? Quite useful. If only I hadn't wasted so much osmium on my last module design. It hurt. And how do you feel now? Dead. Awake. Whole. Then perhaps it's time for your first real hunt.
Dr. Kind's hostage. Back to mining, you'll find this log outside the security room before the processing chamber. This will be in the form of a security log.
Security request retrieved.
Dallas here. Security to the mining deck now. Dr. Kimes lost it. Get back! I know how to use this. He'll live for the rest of his life if you don't give me codes to the cargo bay. Just processing. Why the hell would we have codes for cargo? I must get to the marker. We're running out of time. Give me those codes.
Christ, is this what you did to the captain?
No, Ben was an accident. Don't you dare compare me to someone like Mercer. I'm trying to save you. The marker's our only hope.
No, let him go. He's armed.
Where the fuck is security?
Supervisor's choice. Also, on floor 5, you can find this log in the mineral processing control room. After clearing the rocks and fighting through the Necromorph horde, you'll find it towards the back of this room on the desk.
Supervisor Dallas, final log. I've made sure they can't leave this subdeck. But neither can I. Seen what they do to the bodies, what they become. And I cannot let that happen to me. At least if I don't have any limbs. And I can't kill anyone when I'm infected. Please, tell Dawn and the kids that I love them. One more. Oh. Come on, man, just one more.
Chief Engineer's Log. Now that you have access to Dallas's rig and level 3 security clearance, you'll be able to make your way back to engineering. This can be found in the right fuel storage room on floor 5, so go in there and you'll find it to the right next to the lockers.
Engineering log. Chief Engineer Ariel Rousseau reporting. Centrifuge maintenance is... What was I saying? I haven't slept right since they brought that marker on board. I'm a little, The only thing I remember clearly is that engine inspection. I went into the chamber, and instead of the primary engine, there was a heart. A heart the size of the room, just pumping and pumping. And Henderson said something, and when I looked back, it was a machine again. But I can still hear that pumping in the distance. It's almost peaceful. Could that help me sleep? If I can get close enough. Yeah. Go right inside, maybe, where it's warm and dark. Ooh, yeah. That makes sense.
And that'll wrap up all of the logs in Chapter 7. Mayday. Chapter 8's first log can be found in the Communications Hub Comms Control Room. As soon as you enter the room, you'll notice that it's right in front of you on the desk.
Communications log. First comms operator Bailey reporting. I want this on record. The ship is under attack, but Captain Matthias has refused to issue a distress call. And we all know why. This whole operation is illegal. Aegis 7 was sealed off. They knew it, we knew it, and we all kept our mouths shut. That ends now. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is USG Ishimura calling. Wait. Jesus. He took the whole comms array offline. It's over.
The comms relay crew. After reaching the maintenance gondola area, you need to take a trip on the, well, you guessed it, the gondola. Once you reach the other side, you'll find the text log waiting for you on the desk. I hope you didn't blink this time, because that will wrap things up for Chapter 8. On to Chapter 9. Orders. Now, also it's worth noting that Chapter 9 logs are a one-time only, so once you leave this area, you cannot go back in, so you definitely want to make sure you don't miss these ones. With that said, head to the briefing room, head to the center desk, and the first log will be waiting for you. Alien Borders. Once again, this log can be found in the briefing room, only a few steps away from the previous one, so you'll need to make your way to the door on the opposite side of the room, in which you'll find the log in front of it.
This is Commander Cadigan to all hands. We have been boarded by hostile forces. Hostiles are aliens. Repeat, aliens, and extremely dangerous. All personnel to arms. Fire at will.
And that will mark the end of Chapter 9. So, once again, another quick chapter, but don't worry, we're nearly at the end. We're nearly whole again. Zeeble rules. Starting off on Chapter 10 in the crew quarters, you need to head to the Zeeble locker room, pretty much the room which contains all of the awards for completing the different levels of Zeeble. Head to the center table, and you will find your first log on the chair. Thank you, Doctor. To obtain this log, you need to head to the standard quarters, aka the poison-filled room, and you'll need to travel past a few sets of bunk beds. After travelling past them, you'll find that there's a log sitting on the lower bunk, and from there you can grab your next text log. alongside picking up the Legend Teller achievement for collecting 150 logs. That's if you've been following this one closely so far. Also, be sure to give Isaac plenty of air, he won't last long. More than sacrifices. This log can be found in the central Nexus corridor just before the executive quarters, so enter the door, do a sharp left, and you will find your next log.
My friends, is this what you hoped for when you signed your lives away to the church? Does this carnage look like transcendence? I don't know what lies beyond death. Not anymore. But I do know our lives are more than just fuel for convergence. If we work together, we can fight this evil. It's not too late. Please.
Planetary Mining, an Investor's Guide. This next log can be found in the main area of the executive quarters and is a lengthy text log about pretty much what it says on the tin, planetary mining. So be sure to get your wallets out because investing in planet cracking is the future. Eternal Rest. This log can be found in Lieutenant Commander V. Holt's room, so you'll need to enter the room, make your way past the incredibly creepy marker fragment statue, and retrieve the log atop the drawers. White's List. This log can be found in Second Officer Jashik's room, so what you want to do is toss aside all of the items barricading the door, and once you enter the room, you want to make a sharp left to pick up your log. Don't get too distracted by the luxurious suite like myself, but if you do stick to the left, you will find your log. Nexus Organism. After listening to Kind's speech and gaining a glimpse of the hive mind abomination, you'll want to enter the inquiry desk's room, and you'll be able to find the log directly on the table in front of you. And with that, all of the logs in Chapter 10 will be yours. Last word. After making your way to the cargo bay, you want to take out the Guardian Necromorph, aka the wall tentacle monster thingy. Anyway, head to this point on the map.
This is Jacob Temple. I'm being held prisoner by Dr. Mercer. That lying fucker lured me off the mining deck to build something. To make his markers start converging? I don't know. Liz, if you find this, don't touch that marker. And if you see Mercer, run. I love you. After David, I never imagined Fuck, he's coming back.
Time to go, Mr. Temple. You can just leave your force gun here.
If you want me to build your shit, I'll need it.
But you won't need these modifications, will you? They look like they could hurt someone. I'll hold on to them. There. Now the marker. You can go ahead of me, Mr. Temple. Safety first.
And that'll be it for all of the collectible logs in Chapter 11. So don't worry now, guys, we are close. We're in the final stretch at this point, so hold on for a little bit longer. Now, something to keep in mind is that once you exit Chapter 11 and continue on with Chapter 12, you will not be able to return to the Ishimura, so make sure that you've collected everything here in Chapter 11. But if you're fine with that, let's move on to Chapter 12. Retrieval Order. Now that you've made your way down to Aegis 7, follow your objective marker as normal, and you'll make your way into the living quarters. If you keep going forward and head slightly to the left, you'll see that there's a log a few steps away from the store. They left us. If you turn to the left after entering the living quarters, you'll find a side room which has a few bodies here and there. You want to check towards the end of the room, underneath one of the bodies, and then you will find one of the logs waiting for you.
This is Sergeant Bram Newman. PSAC evacuation report. The shuttle's gone. Took off and then crashed right back down into the bay. Took a whole crowd with it. Must be 100 people dead. We've lost the rest of the shuttles. God help us. There's no way out. Anyone hearing this, do not land. I repeat, do not land on Aegis 7. Fuck the Ishimura. They left us to die.
Recombination study. And for the final log of chapter 12, you'll need to head to the evacuation site, aka the marker's final stop, and go to this section here on the map. You'll notice it underneath a tendril, and you can actually just pick it up without even destroying it, so just do that. But congratulations, this is going to be your final log, and now it's on to the New Game Plus logs. So after the credits roll, you'll be given your award screen. So you'll be awarded some power nodes, extra credits, suits and so on. But what we're after, of course, are those delicious text logs. So as soon as you take control of Isaac in the next chapter, as you can see, you'll be able to scroll through the new logs. 5 of them, in fact. These include negotiations,
I got this, Isaac. You go get help. I'll hold the fort.
unexpected visitors,
You go get help. I'll hold the fort.
last will and testament, Life on the Sprawl, another cool Dead Space 2 reference. And Indecipherable, a marker text log that cannot be read. Well, for now at least. Now, if you've been taking note of the Unitologist's alphabet scribbles on certain chapters, or got a little bit lazy like myself and Google searched the alphabet instead, you can decipher the Indecipherable, as shown on the screen right now. Water purification. Upon reaching chapter 4, the bridge in New Game Plus, what you'll need to do is, instead of rerouting the power from mining first, you want to go directly to water purification. This will cause an alternate log to play, so make sure you do that first, and with that, all of the chapter 4 logs will be completed.
Power transferred from water purification to ATS cannons.
Power from water purification's been rerouted. Must have tripped something. All the access doors just sealed.
Works for me. God knows what's floating around down there.
That's one. We still need more power. A couple more systems should do it.
Inject the Wheezers. Upon reaching chapter 6 hydroponics once again, you need to do things a little bit differently in order to get the alternate log. So this time around you want to completely avoid the console in the central hub. Do not give it the liquid nitrogen, and instead make your way to the food storage corridor.
No. Go back. There's no way into food storage. Even if there was, the Leviathan would devour you.
You're Elizabeth Cross, right? This Leviathan, is that what's poisoning the air?
The air. My team has destroyed everything. I designed a special enzyme to kill it. I just needed liquid nitrogen to complete the synthesis. But the people I sent to medical never came back.
Your people didn't make it, but I've got the liquid nitrogen here.
And at least we can finish this. Use my workstation. It's all set up to create the enzyme.
Now after listening to Cross, synthesize the enzyme as normal, and the log will be yours.
That's the enzyme. But we can't inject the Leviathan itself. It's too strong.
And how do I use it?
My team has been altered. They're all connected to the Leviathan, breathing out its toxins. But the connection goes both ways.
Okay, so if I get to your team and inject them,
the enzyme will be carried right into the Leviathan's heart. Find the Weezers. End their suffering. And when the Leviathan's weak enough, we bent that bastard into space.
Unknown. Now finishing things off with the secret hidden logs, you want to return to the bridge break room, which is first found in chapter 4. But what you need to do is once you look around, you'll find a strange red circle in the middle of the room. Upon closer inspection, you'll see red hand and footprints, and you'll need to get Isaac jiggy with it and follow the steps on screen in order to make the log appear. And for the final log to fully complete the log database is the strange Shanty audio log. However, this one is by far the most cryptic and just overall tough to locate out of all of the other logs covered, so you might want to sit down for this one as I explain. So, throughout your Dead Space playthrough, you may or may not have noticed several red hand and footprints scattered throughout on certain walls, very similar to the ones found in the break room. However, what you'll need to do is locate a grand total of 6 of them in the locations as I listed below, and from there you should enter them in a clockwise fashion just based on how they're positioned around the marker, and when you do so, you'll be rewarded with this nice little Easter egg audio log.
There once was a ship from the CEC, the Ishimura USG. She cracked a moon with gravity. Go me, bully boys, go. Huh. Soon may the Callian come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. 3 score years she served her tour. 30 planets cracked and poor. The captain called no fly and swore he'd take that mucker in tow. Huh. Soon may the Callian come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. La da 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 da. Before the ship could set on home, tragedy struck and the colonies are gone. The old red marker done them wrong and brought the miners low. Huh. Soon may the Callian come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The ghouls aboard a mystery spoke of immutability. The captain swore he'd keep his creed and drag his crew down so. Huh. Soon may the Callian come to save our souls and take us home. One day when the fixing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Yeah, that just happened. Best Easter egg ever. Now, although this next log isn't required to completely fill out the log database, it is a cool extra which explains a bit more of the story. So what you want to do for this extra log is go to Chapter 7 Mining Equipment Maintenance Bay, and once again this can only be accessed via New Game Plus, and you want to fly over to the area where you met up with Nicole after the gondola ride. From there, you can access this security phone and listen to this audio log.
Security recording retrieved.
Isaac? It's Liz Cross. I heard gunfire. It had to be you. Or Jacob.
I thought I'd never see you again. I'm gonna get us home. There's an SOS beacon nearby. We can call for help.
This place has really got to you. Isaac, I have Jacob's codes. I can get you into the workshop. Come on.
And that about wraps everything up. Once again, huge thanks to each and every one of you for watching this guide and even making it this far in the video. I hope it helped you out to some degree. Of course, this video was very challenging for me because of all of the video file corruptions and just deleted data, which took about the 8 playthroughs in the span of a week. So yeah, fun times. But in that case, I definitely appreciate all of your likes and subscriptions, as it was quite a tough one. Anyway, by this point, you should have all 188 logs, in addition to the story/legend teller achievements/trophy, and then some, of course, with all the additional side missions. Anyway, if you have any additional questions for me, feel free to leave it in the comments, and with that, until next time, peace.